Have you ever wondered why some people over 80 still walk strong and steady, while others struggle just to stand? It's not just about age. It's not just about luck. It often comes down to one single nutrient, one that over 60% of older adults in the US are dangerously low on without even realizing it. And if you're over 60 or care for someone who is, what you'll hear today could quite literally change the way you walk into your future. In the next few minutes, we'll break down the real reason leg strength disappears faster after 60, the vitamin that protects your balance, mobility, and independence, and how to use it properly to stay strong, steady, and safe for years to come. But first, let me ask you this. Have you or someone you love ever had a fall that seemed to come out of nowhere? Leave a quick yes or no in the comments. Your story may help someone else avoid the same fate. Every 11 seconds in the United States, a senior is treated in the ER for a fall. And every year, 1 in 4 adults over 65 takes a fall that often leads to something worse. Broken bones, long hospital stays, or even the loss of independence. Now here's the part no one tells you. It's not always the fall that causes the problem. It's what leads to the fall in the first place. Loss of leg strength, loss of balance, and silent muscle weakening that begins decades earlier than most people think. Let's pause for a moment. Think about your own routine. Climbing stairs, getting out of a chair, walking across a parking lot. How often do your legs feel? Not as steady as they once were, not weak enough to panic, but just enough to notice. That's the early stage of a crisis. No one talks about, and it's not just getting older. It's a direct sign that your muscles and bones may not be getting the support they need to keep you on your feet. Studies now show that even small deficiencies in key nutrients can quietly erode the muscle fibers that support balance and walking. And once that starts, it becomes a slippery slope, one that can lead to mobility, loss, dependency, and isolation. But here's the good news. There is a way to stop it, and it doesn't involve medications or extreme workouts. In the next section, we'll uncover the hidden reason leg muscles weaken after 60 and the one nutrient that may be your best defense. But before we go on, ask yourself, when was the last time you had your vitamin levels checked? It might be time to take a closer look. Let's be honest, most people don't wake up one day suddenly unable to walk upstairs or carry their groceries. It doesn't happen overnight. But what makes it dangerous is that it happens silently, gradually, without warning. Here's what you need to know. Starting as early as age 40, the average adult begins to lose about 1% of muscle mass per year. That might sound small until you realize that by age 70, you could be down 30% of your total muscle. This process has a name: sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle tissue. But here's the catch. Most people don't feel it until it's already taken a serious toll. You might first notice that carrying laundry feels heavier, or that standing up from a low seat takes just a little more effort. Then one day walking through the backyard, you trip over nothing. That's not clumsiness. That's a signal. And while many believe that only inactivity causes this decline, the truth is more complex. Your muscles need more than just movement. They need nutritional support, especially as your body becomes less efficient at absorbing and using key nutrients with age. Take this example. Mary, a retired nurse from Minnesota, stayed active into her early 70s, walking, gardening, even dancing once a week. But when she slipped in her kitchen and fractured her hip, her doctors discovered something surprising. She wasn't low on energy. She was critically low on vitamin D and had early-stage muscle loss she never saw coming. Why? Because even with a healthy lifestyle, she didn't know her body had stopped making enough vitamin D from the sun. No symptoms, no warnings, just one fall and months of painful recovery. That's the hidden danger. The body becomes less efficient as we age. What worked at 40 isn't enough at 65 or 75. And muscle doesn't just disappear. It shrinks slowly, quietly, while you're busy living your life. So what's the lesson here? Never wait until weakness becomes an emergency. Because once you fall, the recovery isn't just physical, it's emotional, mental, and deeply personal. The good news, you can slow, even reverse early muscle loss with the right nutrition, and that starts with one overlooked vitamin we'll talk about next. In the next section, we'll uncover why vitamin D is so much more than just a bone booster, and how it directly controls your strength, balance, and ability to stay on your feet. Don't miss this part, it's the real turning point. Let's talk about something that's hiding in plain sight, vitamin D deficiency. It doesn't cause a fever, it doesn't make you cough, it doesn't scream for attention, but it weakens you quietly. And for seniors, this silent deficiency is far more common and more dangerous than most people realize. According to recent national health surveys, over 60% of adults over 65 have insufficient levels of vitamin D. And among those over 80, the number climbs even higher. Why? Because as we age, our skin becomes less efficient at producing vitamin D from sunlight, even if you're spending time outdoors. Combine that with less time in the sun due to mobility or health issues, sunscreen blocking UV rays, darker skin tones producing less D naturally, and a diet that often lacks fortified foods, and you've got a perfect storm for deficiency. Let me share a quick story. Frank is a 76-year-old veteran living in Nevada. He assumed that because he walks outside every morning, he was getting enough vitamin D naturally. But after a routine checkup, his doctor found his levels dangerously low. The cause, he always wore long sleeves, a hat, and sunscreen to protect his skin. Smart for skin cancer, yes, but it meant his skin wasn't synthesizing vitamin D at all. Frank didn't feel sick. He didn't feel weak until he started having trouble keeping his balance while standing from the couch. A simple blood test revealed the truth, and a small supplement made all the difference. This is what makes vitamin D deficiency so tricky. You often don't know it's there until your legs, bones, or energy begin to suffer, and that's the danger, because the longer it goes unnoticed, the more difficult it becomes to rebuild what's been lost. Never assume your sunlight or diet is enough. Your body changes with age, and so do its nutritional needs. Getting tested is quick, inexpensive, and could help prevent months or even years of struggle. Up next, we'll explore exactly why vitamin D is so much more than a bone vitamin and how it acts as a behind-the-scenes force for your muscles' balance and overall mobility. Stick with us. This is where the real transformation begins. When most people think of vitamin D, they think of bones, strong bones, healthy skeleton. And yes, that's true. Vitamin D does help your body absorb calcium, keeping bones dense and less likely to break. But here's what many don't know. Vitamin D also plays a critical role in how your muscles function and how your body maintains balance. This isn't just some fringe theory. This is well-documented science. Your muscles don't just need protein. They need vitamin D to activate receptors inside muscle fibers. Receptors that help contract, stabilize, and recover muscle tissue after movement. No vitamin D, the signal gets weaker, the coordination between your brain and body starts to falter. Think of vitamin D like the electricity that powers a light bulb. The bulb might be intact, your muscle, but without electricity, vitamin D, it won't shine. Let's break it down even more. Vitamin D improves neuromuscular function, the communication between nerves and muscles. It enhances muscle fiber repair, especially in older adults. It reduces inflammation that contributes to muscle fatigue and pain. Now picture this. Eleanor, a 72-year-old grandmother from Georgia, always felt just a little shaky getting off the bus or stepping down a curb. She blamed it on age until she nearly fell while holding her grandson. A checkup revealed low vitamin D. After just 2 months on a proper D3 supplement, Eleanor reported more confidence in her steps and fewer episodes of that wobbly feeling. This isn't magic, it's biology. If you're focused only on calcium or protein, but ignoring vitamin D, you might be building on a weak foundation Without D, your body can't use the nutrients it already has to protect your muscles. And let's not forget, falls aren't just accidents. They're often the final symptom of an internal imbalance that's been quietly building for years. In the next section, we'll take a closer look at the early warning signs of vitamin D deficiency, especially the ones that most seniors overlook, until it's too late. Pay attention, one of them might already be showing up in your life. Vitamin D deficiency doesn't knock on your door. It doesn't come with flashing lights or loud alarms. Instead, it whispers through subtle signs that often get dismissed as just getting older. But make no mistake, these early symptoms are your body waving a red flag asking for help before something more serious happens. Let's go through the most common and most overlooked warning signs. One-leg weakness or muscle fatigue. Ever feel like your legs are heavy even after just walking across the room? Or that standing from a chair feels harder than it used to? This isn't just deconditioning. Vitamin D deficiency disrupts how your muscles contract and recover. 2. Frequent leg cramps or spasms, especially at night while lying in bed. That stabbing pain in your calves. It may not be hydration or potassium. It could be a sign. Your muscles aren't getting the support they need to function properly. 3. Lower back joint or bone discomfort. This one's tricky. Many seniors experience back or joint aches and assume it's arthritis or just aging, but vitamin D helps regulate inflammation and bone mineralization. Without it, your skeletal system becomes more sensitive and unstable. 4. Poor balance or feeling wobbly. Have you ever taken a step and felt like the ground moved under you? That momentary loss of balance could be due to weakened neuromuscular control. And again, vitamin D is a core player in that system. 5. Slow wound. Healing or bruising. Easily, vitamin D helps regulate immune function and tissue repair. If you find that cuts take longer to heal or bruises linger, it might be a deeper issue, one that goes beyond the surface of the skin. Harold, a 68-year-old retired firefighter, began waking up several times a night with painful leg cramps. He thought it was just dehydration, so he drank more water, ate bananas, even stretched before bed. Nothing helped. Then, during a checkup, his doctor ran a routine vitamin D test. His levels were dangerously low. A few weeks after starting a high-quality D3 supplement, the cramps were gone, and he was finally sleeping through the night again. Don't wait until you fall faint or fracture. Listen to the smaller signals your body is sending. They're not inconveniences. They're invitations to intervene early and protect your strength, independence, and peace of mind. In the next part, we'll explore what happens when you finally restore your vitamin D levels and how it can transform your mobility, energy, and confidence in just weeks. You'll want to hear this because the change can be more powerful than you think. So, let's say you've recognized the warning signs. You got your levels tested, and now you've started taking steps to restore your vitamin D. The big question is, how long until I feel a difference? And more importantly, what kind of difference should I expect? Here's the good news. When your body finally gets enough of the vitamin D it needs, the impact can be both physical and emotional, often in ways you didn't expect. Weeks. 1, 2, more energy, fewer cramps. Many seniors report that within just 2 weeks of consistent supplementation, nighttime leg cramps start to fade. There's also a noticeable boost in overall energy levels, as if the body finally has what it needs to run properly. It's like fueling a car with the right kind of gas after years of misfiring. The engine starts to hum again. By week 4, improved stability and confidence. That slight wobble when stepping off a curb, or the hesitation before getting out of bed, it starts to disappear. Vitamin D helps activate muscle fibers, responsible for posture and small stabilizing movements. You may not see it in the mirror, but you'll feel it in the way you move through your home and your life. By month 3, stronger legs, better sleep, fewer falls. In clinical studies, seniors who restored their vitamin D levels over 3 to 6 months experienced 35% improvement in leg strength, 31% reduction in falls, and even 40% fewer fractures, compared to those who stayed deficient. Real life. Example. Carolyn, age 74, used to avoid visiting her daughter's home because of the front porch stairs. She didn't want to admit it, but she was afraid of falling. After a simple shift in diet and a daily D3 supplement combined with short walks in morning sunlight, things changed. Within a few months, she was climbing stairs again confidently and even started joining her grandkids for weekend walks. It wasn't a miracle, it was maintenance, a restoration of something her body had quietly been asking for. When your body is missing something critical, fixing that one thing can unlock progress in every other area. The key is consistency, not a one-time fix, but a new foundation. In the next part, we'll break down exactly where to get your vitamin D from sunlight, food, and supplements so you can take smart, sustainable action starting today. Because knowing what to do is only powerful if you actually do it. Now that you understand why vitamin D is crucial, let's talk about how to actually get it. And here's where it gets a little tricky. There are 3 main sources: sunlight, food, supplements. But the question is, which one works best for seniors? And the honest answer is, it depends on your lifestyle, your body, and your habits. Let's break each one down clearly. 1. Sunlight, the natural source. Your skin can produce vitamin D when exposed to UVB rays from the sun. But after age 60, your skin becomes significantly less efficient at converting sunlight into usable vitamin D. Even if you spend time outside, things like sunscreen, long sleeves and hats, cloudy weather, living in northern states can block or limit vitamin D production. Pro tip: aim for 20-30 minutes of direct sunlight on bare skin, arms, legs or face 3-4 times a week, ideally between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. But be smart, don't overdo it, especially if you're sensitive to sun exposure or at risk for skin conditions. 2. Food, a supportive but incomplete source. Yes, you can get vitamin D through your diet, but most people don't get enough from food alone. Top vitamin D-rich foods include fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines, tuna, egg yolks, fortified dairy milk, cheese, yogurt, mushrooms if exposed to UV light. But here's the math. To reach the 800-2000 IU daily target, you'd need to eat 2 full servings of fatty fish every day, which isn't realistic for most people. Real-life tip: use food to support your intake, but don't rely on it as your only source. 3. Supplements, the most reliable option for seniors. For many seniors, vitamin D3 supplements are the safest and most efficient way to restore and maintain healthy levels, especially if you have limited sun exposure or dietary restrictions. D3 cholecalciferol is more effective than D2 ergocalciferol. Aim for 800-2000 IU daily, taken with a meal that includes healthy fat, like avocado, nuts, or olive oil, to boost absorption. And here's a bonus insight. Many people take their supplement first thing in the morning on an empty stomach and then wonder why it's not working. Take it with food. Your body will thank you. George, 82, lives in Michigan, where winters are long and gray. He eats well but not enough fish, and due to arthritis, he rarely goes outside. After starting a daily 1,000 IUD3 supplement with breakfast, he noticed better energy, less leg pain, and fewer nighttime cramps within a month. It wasn't complicated, it was just consistent. Each source has value. But for seniors, a smart combination of all 3 is ideal: sunlight when possible, foods that support, and supplements that fill in the gaps. You don't need to guess, you just need to plan. In the next section, we'll uncover the missing link. Most people forget the mineral that helps your body actually use vitamin D properly, because taking it isn't enough if your body can't activate it. Let's talk about magnesium. By now you might be thinking, I'm getting enough vitamin D, I take my supplement every day. So why don't I feel stronger? Here's a surprising truth. Most people, even doctors, overlook. Without magnesium, your body can't properly activate or use vitamin D. That's right, you could be taking the perfect dose and still not getting the full benefit because you're missing the activator. How does it work? Think of vitamin D like a key. Magnesium is the hand that turns the key in the lock. Your body needs magnesium to convert vitamin D into its active, usable form. Transport it into the bloodstream. Support calcium absorption and muscle function. No magnesium. Then vitamin D stays locked, unusable, and you stay frustrated. Why seniors are often low on magnesium. As we age, magnesium absorption decreases, especially if you take diuretics, acid blockers, or blood pressure meds. You consume a lot of caffeine or alcohol. You eat mostly processed foods. That's why nearly 50% of older adults in the US are magnesium deficient without realizing it. Elaine, a 79-year-old from Arizona, was diligent. She took 2,000 IUs of vitamin D3 every day, but she still struggled with fatigue, muscle tension, and leg cramps. After a consultation with a nutritionist, she added a daily magnesium glycinate supplement, and within weeks, things changed. Her energy improved, sleep deepened, cramps disappeared. It wasn't about more vitamin D, it was about making it work. Where to get magnesium? Top food sources include leafy greens, spinach, kale, Swiss chard, nuts and seeds, almonds, pumpkin seeds, cashews, whole grains, brown rice, oats, quinoa, beans and lentils, avocados and bananas. But if you have digestive issues, low appetite, or dietary restrictions, a supplement may be the most reliable option. Look for magnesium glycinate or citrate gentler on the stomach and better absorbed. If you've been doing everything right with vitamin D and still feel off, don't blame the vitamin. It may be time to look at the missing partner behind the scenes. Magnesium, your muscles, nerves, bones, and even your mood depend on this powerful pairing. In the next section, we'll show you how to turn this knowledge into a habit with a simple 3-step daily routine that helps protect your strength, mobility, and independence starting today. Let's set the record straight. Vitamin D is not a one-time cure. It's not like taking an aspirin for a headache or a bandage for a cut. It's a long-term relationship, not a quick date. And that means consistency matters more than intensity. You can't just catch up by taking a megadose once in a while. Why? Because vitamin D functions like a reservoir in your body. It builds up over time, slowly regulating your muscles, bones, immune system, and balance. When you stop taking it regularly, that reservoir runs dry and the benefits begin to fade. Tom, a 67-year-old retiree in Florida, started taking vitamin D every day after a scary fall in his garage. Within 2 months, his energy returned. His legs felt stronger and he was walking more confidently. But after feeling better, he stopped. I thought I didn't need it anymore, he said. 2 months later, the cramps returned. He tripped again, this time on the back porch. His blood test, low vitamin D. Again, Tom learned a powerful lesson. This isn't to feel better and forget it. Vitamin, it's part of your foundation. Something your body needs every day to stay strong. How to make it a habit. Here's the simple truth. The best supplement is the one you actually take. Keep your D3 bottle next to your toothbrush or coffee maker. Pair it with a morning routine breakfast walk or reading time. Take it with a meal that includes healthy fat for better absorption. Recheck your levels with your doctor every 3 to 6 months. And don't forget the magnesium we talked about earlier. The two work hand in hand. Real health isn't built in a burst. It's built in small, steady decisions made each day, just like brushing your teeth, drinking water, or stretching your legs. Taking care of your muscles and balance starts with a daily dose of vitamin D. Not because something's wrong, but because you want to stay right for the long run. In our final section, we'll wrap everything together with one powerful reminder. Your legs are your freedom, Your mobility is your independence, and vitamin D is your hidden ally. Let's bring it all home. Let's pause and look at the big picture. You've just learned how one overlooked vitamin D can help you walk taller, move steadier, and live more freely in your 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond. But this isn't just about numbers. It's not just about bone scans or lab results. It's about your freedom, because once your legs stop working the way they used to, your world starts to shrink. The grocery store feels farther. The front steps feel steeper. The things you used to enjoy start to feel like challenges, and that loss doesn't happen all at once. It begins in small, silent ways, often when your vitamin D starts to run low. But here's the most powerful part. You don't have to wait until something breaks to take control. You can start today with awareness, with intention, with one small daily step. Think of someone in your life who used to walk everywhere, dance at weddings, or play with grandkids until mobility became a struggle. Now imagine giving yourself the chance to stay strong, stay balanced, stay active, simply by protecting what powers you. Not just with exercise, not just with willpower, but with the nutrients your body quietly depends on. It's never too late to rebuild strength, but the best time to protect your mobility is before it fades. This isn't about fear. It's about freedom and the choice to keep it. If this video made you think or helped you understand something new, let us know in the comments what's one small step you're ready to take this week for your health. We'd love to hear it, and don't forget, like, share, and subscribe for more real science-based insights made simple. Your journey to lifelong mobility starts now. We're here to walk it with you.